Well, it's been a while, days and days of rain. Finally the sun's come out and pretty well everywhere got a good flogging actually. Fair bit of water in the old Macleay and particularly this catchment area. So I've come out today just to go for a bit of a wander, check out what's happened, see what roads are open and what aren't. And as you can see, there's a fair bit of water laying around. Yeah, we're pretty lucky up here, the amount of flood water we got. A little bit further north was a lot worse, but yeah, this particular region, the mid-north coast, we just had sort of minor to a couple of moderate sort of flooding sections in different rivers, but mate, this place is alive. I have to show you. There's about 1 trillion frogs. Let's find them all. Here's on Crossing Road. Another one. Right. Frogs are loving this. Yeah, so I'm going to sort of make my way back from here. This is sort of the floodplain for Crescent Head area. Make my way back from here and just follow the river back right to the mouth and see where these millions of litres of water, maybe billions, just run out to. Okay, we'll head out of here. Just work my way back towards the mouth. Probably about 30 k's from the actual river mouth. So we'll go through a whole heap of floodplains to get there. Head back towards the coast. Just run to where the river mouth flows out, but mate, there's plenty of water laying around in there. That's probably one of the bigger sort of catchments in the lower Macleay. Looks like old Skippy didn't make it. I'd say he just got hit by a car. Old kangaroos get a flogging in this country. Oh. Yep, that's enough of that smell. You're lucky you can't smell that one. So this most recent, I guess you've got to call it a flood. It's pretty minor, but definitely areas further north got a hiding. But here on the mid-north coast, just a few sections sort of went out of control, like the Arara, which flows into the Clarence. A few of the sort of more northern ones. But the Macleay, yeah, she was up a bit. It's somewhere around 8 metres or so in different places. But yeah, once it drains out pretty quickly. So these smaller flood events are basically they're more a nuisance than anything. They just sort of, come and go. They cut off the roads for, a few days. The roads, they pretty well, in this one, just got cut off on the high tides. Upriver, definitely not. All the bridges going up, leading up to sort of George's Junction and beyond are pretty well all under by metres, 4 to 5 metres, some of them. But the main sort of roads in and out of town here, the road's got some holes in it. Yeah, the main sort of roads in and out of town, like Southwest Rocks to Kempsey, just went under on the highs. But it's funny, everybody just panics. The shopping centres were empty. Everyone, all toilet paper gone, eggs gone, bread gone. Everyone's stocking up on bloody tin soup and, man. Yeah, I don't get the toilet paper thing. It was like, same with the corona. It was like no toilet paper during the pandemic. I'm not sure why that was a priority. The same with this one. Maybe they're using it to, instead of sandbags, soak up the water. Oh, got a few cows getting out of the paddock. Getting a bit of, I don't know, grass looks the same in that side of the fence, but yeah, they're not really used to motorbikes, these ones. So we'll just go as quiet as we can. Yeah, they got the stairs. Yeah, so lady in front, pretty well her cows. She's a bit worried about the bike scaring them, so sort of said, oh, follow me through, so I can do that. Alright cows, continue eating. No worries. Keep her happy. I'll tell you one thing, it's a bloody joy to see the sun again. That cyclone Alfred just sat on the Queensland coast, or just off it, for way too long, and just gave us a whole heap of shit weather. Big swell, drizzle to steady sort of rain at times for a week or so. So look, blue sky. Alright, back in suburbia. Yeah, these twin towns of, this is Gladstone, on the other side of the river's Smithtown. But these pretty well very susceptible to floods, and thankfully this one was a pretty small fresh or a flood, so didn't really come up. But definitely low-lying flood country through here, all on the floodplains. Just pop over into Smithtown. I can already see on the banks over there where it was, pretty well lapping the top of those sort of flood walls, or you can see the grid. We'll go over there for a wander. But it definitely comes up here. Okay, you can see where the water was. Right up to here. We'll show this flood thing up here. We'll give you a good example of what it does do when it comes up. Yeah, they put up this little, I guess it's the floodplain, sort of a map. Just shows you what the floods do, and actually got some heights here, but it'll give you a bit of an example and some cool photos. Essentially, this is our flood catchment area, or basically the catchment area of the Macleay, and it's pretty well north of Guyra, right through to Armidale, Walker. So it's a massive region. think it's 11,000 square kilometres. So all these systems eventually run into Macleay. So you get a lot of water coming out of a very small sort of river mouth. But yeah, I think that's one of the biggest floods I've had here. I wasn't even alive then, 1949. 2001, yep, I remember that clearly. That was the worst one I'd seen here. 2009, remember that one. But you can see those floodplains at the back here. But yeah, I remember that one quite well. And a 211. They're all just a pain in the ass, really. But this pretty well gives you an idea of the height. So the height of the water was here. If you look around, look at my hand and then look around here, everything would have been underwater. Just every house. 2001 wasn't much difference, we're only talking, what's that, 4 inches. So they're all up to my neck where I'm standing. So pretty well, yeah, literally up to my throat in the last 3 floods I've seen here. But this one was a below minor one, so we're looking at here, was below this. I never even come up to here, which is good. All right, we'll wander our way back. We'll head towards the river mouth. And I'll show you how narrow it is where all this water's got to go out from. It's probably 80 metres wide at the narrowest point. We'll go for a run. Might go the back way. Ooh. Yeah, once the rain left, the starting to warm up again. Look, this is pretty bloody warm for autumn. Up around 28, 29 degrees again. So still rocking the mesh Kanemi jacket. Absolutely a game changer for this summer. I used to dread just the summer months. I just thought, well, I'm going to get cooked, dehydrated and all the gear. Just get hammered. But yeah, ever since owning some like quality mesh clothing, mate, made such a difference. Summer is not to be feared. So pretty well from now on, it'll be getting a bit cooler. And I've got to update my winter gear. I've got some old sort of bits and pieces, old adventure pants that are just about fallen off. But I'm going to end up trying to get hold of one of those Kanemi jackets. I think they call them a 4-season jacket. I'll pretty well use it for 3 and use this mesh one for the summer months. Okay, this is the crappy track to the mouth. Probably the worst road in this region. Yeah, getting better. Whoa, I don't know how far we'll be able to get down here. We're only about 500 metres from the mouth, but maybe yeah, no, we can't. I was going to go right up to it, but there is a problem. Yeah, don't feel like going through that. We'll go exploring from here. Yeah, I was just going to touch on these Nomad Moto bags. Anyone's still looking for a set of these? I know Kurt sold quite a few, but he's still got plenty left. And you want a discount, I'll give you a code. I'll put it on the screen here. And just go to their website and yeah, they'll sort you out. Really quick shipping, top quality product, and yeah, even looks good. All right, check out this mouth.